Hey everybody, how's it going? It's time to attach this battery. Could not find a bolt long enough, or could not find a bolt with threads all the way to the head, so I'm going to weld some washers about halfway up this bolt, and then chop it off and make my own bolt. I'm going to weld one of these washers in place too by flipping this upside down and letting them rest against the nuts. They weld flat, and then I have a nice flat surface to mount the battery to. Put it something like that. Kind of nice too, give me something for my knees to grab when I'm trying to drive one-handed with the camera. That works out great. I like it. We're gonna start by getting all these wires removed. They're gonna be relocated. Probably even move the controller up to here if it'll fit. Make things look a little nicer. This was all temporary anyway with these zip ties. Alright, there's the speed controller. Getting all dirty. Let's see if it fits in there. Yes, I think it will. Got some scrap left over from making the battery box. I'll just cut that in half. Use a piece for each side here. Mount that to this thing and then tack weld it. Alright, I'm going to chop that off. Have me a shorter bolt. Sweet. And nuts go on and secures it. A nice flat mounting surface there to keep it from getting bent or twisted or whatever. I like it. Easy on, easy off. Easy to work on, easy to charge. Get it wired up. Alright, got everything all put on there the way I wanted it, and it looks great. Love the way it turned out. Got the speed controller welded on in this little spot between the frame. Got all my connections made. Got rid of that bus bar and just used bolts and used a layer of Gorilla tape and then electrical tape the heck out of it. Just to save on space so I could wind it up with the rest of the wires instead of having a bus bar I had to mount somewhere. And yeah, got everything zip tied and up against the bike pretty good. Can handle things brushing against it just in case I go off-road and into a bush or something, I don't know. Yeah, everything bundled up really nice. I like how everything's all tucked away. Looking good. Gonna make some chain covers next. After losing a pair of jeans, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again. So, build it off the pedal. Love how it opened it up back here, and I can see the chains and the where it's going from a 420 ATV chain to a small bicycle chain. It's kind of neat. Turned out pretty good. I'm liking this right now. Let's put on the battery and see how that looks. So I got the power connection and the key connection. Pick this thing up and make sure it works. Take a little spin around the RV here. It's too hot out and need to pump up the tires before taking it on a long cruise. That's awesome, I love it. Okay. So, got the key wire. And the power connection. The gas tank. That fits pretty dang well though. It is bulky as that looks at first. I like it. It looks good. It works good. Alright, 100%, 54.2 volts. probably not too accurate, but it will help me get an idea of what I have for capacity. So make sure it still works. Yep, she's good to go. I like it. That works awesome. Alright, that bike just needs some chain covers and it's all done, in my opinion. Maybe eventually I'll take this gear off or completely rebuild this back tire because that's not super straight, nor these. These need some Loctite eventually. I'll do a couple maintenance things on here, but yeah, some chain covers and we'll be good to go. I like it. It's freaking awesome. I'm just gonna take it on a couple cruises here soon. Itching for a ride. That is neat. It turned out very well. Alright, there's the first piece. Just going to wrap around the chain and give me something to mount to. So do that, and then I'll put a... I'd love to get some of that metal grating. I think that would look really cool right there. So yeah, we're going to just take this and lay it down on a piece of metal or whatever I want to use. Alright, all done with this side. I'm not even sure if I'll do the other side. Maybe I'll just put like a little bar or something. I don't really care right now. This is the troublesome one. So there we go. A mounting bracket, tight fit. Chain still hits it a little bit. Since there's so much slop in it, I have to leave some slop because this gear I made down here isn't perfectly centered. So if I tighten that up, it binds at a certain point. So I have to leave that a little loose in this thing when it's slapping around, or when it's flop it around, it'll slap the backside of this and it makes a clank every once in a while, which is a little annoying, but I think at some point I can maybe cut some channels out of this so the chain has some room to move around. Alright, there it is. Looks cool. Looks nice. I wish I could keep it like that, but this thing's way too annoying. Chain hitting that thing. So I'm going to cut a channel out of here. Alright, no more rubbing. That worked out awesome. Just needed to cut a slot. And there's a couple welds on this side that were pretty thick, and I think it's whacking over there too, but yep, that's all good. Alright, here we go with the chain guard on this side. Just a simple piece of steel there to block that spot where my jeans can get sucked in. Weld a little piece of metal right here to make sure this stays upright, but these bolt down so tight that I don't know how that could come flipping out like that. Plus my foot will be there, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But in the future, if I have an issue with this working its way out, I can just weld a little tabby. I'll keep it upright, keep it from rotating. So just like that, 2 bolts on each side, clamp them down. Make sure it's not too close. Yeah, that's plenty tight. There we go. No more baggy jeans getting up in there. Well, I've never had a problem with this side getting in the chain, but I bet you it could easily happen. Oh man, that works. That is so much nicer having that weight in the front. The whole bike feels a lot more stable now. Tighten that battery down. Oh, it's the back that's flopping. I need to stick like a piece of rubber in there. So it doesn't flop around, but boy, that's so much nicer. Only way. Tighten up that thing. Well, anyway, I'd take it on a ride down the driveway, but I'm a little tired of driving this on dusty roads. I want to get back out to the city and get on some streets, check out some bike trails, go for a good cruise. Got one more One more incentive to get back to boondock. It helps so much having something to grab with my knees. Alright, you guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for some e-bike riding in the city when we get back there. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye. Alright, went and found one of Patch's old sway bar bushings. Cut it in half. There's a split one, so I just had to cut one side. Made it a half. And boom! Look at that. Already tried it out. This works great. If it stays put. Just like that. Get that good and snug. Look at that, no more bouncing around, and that is in there solid. See, look at that, you guys. See that? That's why I don't throw anything away. I throw tons of stuff away. I keep, you know, it's rubber. You know, you could use that. I'm still not throwing that piece away because you never know. Yeah, they helped take the gap out of that. I like having the bracket like that, so it's just one bolt to worry about. Slip it in, take it off. I like to charge it off the bike, so if anything goes crazy, I can kick it out the door. Usually charge it down there. I'd say we are looking ready for an e-bike ride. I like the way this thing turned out too. It's actually pretty cool. It sticks out a little bit, but I wanted to make sure there's room. In case I wanted to move the motor around or something changed, I don't know. And there's a little more space in there than I wanted, but that worked out. I think that looks pretty nice.